Okay, we are in New York, Manhattan, and there's paddle. This is Reserve Paddle, and this is one of the most desired clubs in the world. Right now is the place to be, and I never thought I would play paddle in Manhattan. This is like a dream. This is amazing. Thank you, Reserve. You made it happen. Welcome to BizPadel. Today we are in Manhattan, as you've seen before, the entrance, and we're having the privilege, and we had a surprise, of visiting Reserve here in Hudson Yards, one of the most privileged places in the US, like real estate. The real deal is on the back, and we're in a little compound with just 3 paddle courts, and it's Reserve style, so everything is high-end, high level, high quality, and I had a surprise when I met José Carlos Gaspar. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
What the hell are you doing here? Well, no, what are you doing here? From Malaga, then you went to a very cold place, and not to a cool place.
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky that I met Reserve last year in an event that they did in LA, and I was surprised like how cool they were doing the things around the sport. I think they understood really good what is important to bring to the sport since the beginning. Mm-hmm. It came the opportunity to join them. I couldn't say no. I took my next flight to Miami, and then
that's very American, right? Like an offer you can reject, you couldn't.
Yeah. So I'm very happy to be here.
Okay. So what are you doing here in Reserve?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of everything. I am brand ambassador as a player. Mm-hmm. I'm also helping them.
So that's why you are branded.
Yeah, I try like to fit into the brand and represent it like good. And also I help in the management side. I was doing that in Switzerland and also in Sweden a little bit. So mm-hmm. I'm trying like to help them as much as I can in that area. And also there are new projects coming. So I'm trying like to be between like inside the paddle court and outside to help them as much as possible.
And I think that's very important because usually those who are in the court, they just care about the court, and those who are in the management, they don't understand. So you are a little bit like, let's say, like an amphibia, right? Like the best of both worlds, and you can be somehow like the one that puts things together and can understand, because usually someone that plays at your level doesn't care about the business side. So having that, I think, makes you different, and that's why you are also the right fit, right? So what did you do in Switzerland, in Sweden, before coming here?
In Switzerland, I was working for another company called Padelta, because also was so difficult to find locations to make paddle courts. We are looking location in the city center, and we were doing like pop-ups, like Reserve is doing, like, but less time. So it was kind of saying the same business. So I was like trying to look for the right location, then put the paddle courts, the management. It was a little bit of everything also. So it got me like. It gave me a good view about.
So you were like the Swiss knife in Switzerland, right?
Yeah, I really love it there. Like Switzerland is an amazing country. It's going slow because it's difficult to find also location to put the paddle court. But it was a really good year there.
No, it is, and I think there are different layers, right? Like there's people playing, but also Reserve Cup, the pop-ups. All those things are helping paddle develop in the US, right? So how are you watching that?
I was surprised because here in the US, it's coming. They're doing a lot of competitions before even you have paddle clubs, but it's like quite funny. We were speaking before about the Pro Padel League, Reserve Cup. You have the USPA tournament. You have Red Padel that they are doing also tournament. Yeah. So it's quite interesting because there is not too many clubs here still, and they have already started with the business development of the sport like really good. So I'm very curious how next year are gonna be here. But I think it's gonna be great because how they are starting to see the sport and how I feel like the people is liking it, and it's the US. It's not another country in the world. So and they are smart. They know what they do. They love the industry. So I think in the next 2-3 years we're gonna see a lot of players moving here because the competition here are gonna be
it's gonna be interesting, but also the competition and how they take care of the details, right? Like not just the competition, but what's around, the experience itself, I think is something very American.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was lucky to be in the Reserve Cup. Obviously, now I work for Reserve. So
but before, you were in that time that you are in the court time, right? Like,
and I have been working, I didn't tell you, but I was like the vice president of the Padel Player Association. So I was representing the players now these 2 years, like creating the Premier Padel.
Okay, I remember that. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
But I remember Galan and Bela and all that conversations and all that.
So I was with them. I have been like how they are doing the tournaments and everything. And it's quite difficult. The new promoters like doing right. They're doing good, but it's difficult because at the end it's a new sport. And Reserve Cup, they did like just what you have to do, like for the people watching, for the players, for everyone was like it was the event. The event.
Yeah, to me when I saw them coming on the boat and that, like that, it's a show,
yeah,
but it's not cheesy. It's cool, like cool enough, very Miami, and I think they felt, in general, when they come to Miami, they feel relaxed, and they are close, and so that's also good to create like the heroes that people need in the sports here. And,
that's for sure. I mean, Miami, New York is great, but I think it's great for work, for develop as a person, but as a sport player, like have the opportunity to for example, live in Miami, like you have everything. It's like the dream city, I would say.
Yeah, I live there, so I can
and I have been going there a lot. I was with the players these 2 weeks that they were playing, and they were tired about playing, but they were happy. Like Miami is so good. Like we're having a lot of fun. We like the place. So
yeah, it's good. And you can do both things, like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And that's very cool. So let's talk about Sweden. What were you doing there?
When I was living in Sweden, I was only playing.
Okay.
My motive to move to Sweden is I was ranked around 18 in the world, and in that moment you could not make money, I would say, playing that position. So I realized like maybe if I move to another country and I start to play there, my image will grow there.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I became number 1, number 2 in Sweden, and it went good because I achieved like good sponsor deals and everything, and it helped me to continue playing.
That's cool.
And that was the reason I moved there. But it also was good for me because without knowing that I will switch a little bit to the business side, give me the experience because I saw what happened there. It was a boom of the sport. We can say like this. All the padel clubs were full, all the people were playing, and then they started to build too many padel clubs, and at some point collapsed. So
good learnings there, right?
Really good ones, because I think like depends on the country obviously, but we will see that in more countries in the future for sure.
Yeah, what I've read, so I don't know a lot about that, but after reading and trying to understand, I think those that doesn't have a community backing them, they're the ones struggling. That thing that you get the hour, the lights turn on, and then you leave, people are not going there anymore. Like they want something else, the kind of the experience and the people.
Yeah, that's the thing with padel. Like, I think when the sport is starting, you only put the padel courts, and because the sport is so funny to play and easy, the people go and just play. But like everything, when the sport starts to grow, or you are able to create a concept that's social, like even if they put a court like just behind your court, they will still go to your club. If not, you're not gonna succeed. And that's one of the things that I was really surprised when I saw Reserve, because normally you can see that like when the padel is more advanced, like in the country, like when it has been like some years after the start of the sport, I would say. For me, Wayne and Reserve, they have like created the concept since the second one. Yeah. So that's why I think that Reserve, they are gonna make something different for the sport. They are putting the standard very high, like, and helping. I think it's good for the sport because
raising the bar. Yeah, it's aspirational, but it's something that is also close to you. Like I remember, let's say Reserve Cup, the year before it was like the Boyd Martinez Juan Martin Cup, and it was free. You didn't even need to register. You could go and watch, and it's something that makes, once you see it, like it's like a magnet, and that's super engaging too.
Yeah, I think like the good thing about padel right now is the people go to the events to watch or to see padel actually. That with another sport or with other respect, people go to Wimbledon, but a lot of people that go to Wimbledon go only for the event.
Yes.
So with padel, I think we have an opportunity, like if we're able to put that two things together, like people going to watch padel and also going because of the event, we are gonna bring like a really good community around it.
Yeah, and I think there's an ecosystem too, like a lot of things that could be sold on top of that, experiences, trips. Like, I don't know, when I play with my partner, I'm here in New York for the USPA thing, low level. but we like to wear the same clothes and to look alike, and that's business at the end of the day.
No, for sure. I was speaking with a girl the other day, and she was like, "We have to play one day," and she was, "But we need to match outfits." I was like, "What?"
Oh no!
I was like, "No, I'm matching outfits."
Falda, no. That's funny.
That's too much. For the girls, it's different. For them, it's so
Yeah,
important.
it is. Yes. But when I see men, like they have different brands and sometimes not the same, exactly same color and all that,
Yeah.
and with girls like Pantone number, whatever, and I know what you mean. And it's funny.
But yeah, so like in a professional way, obviously, it looks better when you have the same outfit. I would say.
Yeah.
And I think in the future it's gonna come. In Premier Padel, actually, we have to play like mandatory with the same colors.
It makes sense also,
Yeah.
like for television, for social media, like to understand who goes against who and all that. So you were telling me you started playing when you were 8 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have a first memory? What was the first time you played?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have it. I don't know if it's real or not real.
Yeah.
But I am from Malaga, and I started playing tennis when I was 5, and then they put paddle courts in the club, and I tried, and I was like, I like the sport. And then after I was playing both, and being honest, I was having good results in paddle because also it was a smaller sport, and I decided like quit tennis and play paddle then. And
many people is like that, and
no, I'm happy now. I cannot complain. Like
no, like you're being successful. There's something before we started recording. You told me that I like is your dad came to the US to play college basketball.
Yeah.
That's kind of experience.
Yeah. He studied here in New Jersey, like very close to Montclair. Actually, it's a funny history because when I was playing the World Cup under 18 in Mexico, when we finished, I won that one. I was very lucky.
Lucky.
I mean that to be able to play and won the tournaments. Yeah. We came here and he was showing me around New York and Montclair. And I remember the feeling when I first like landed in US. I was like, I like this place. I don't know why, but now I can realize maybe why.
Yeah, it was a signal. It was something, a message there.
Yeah.
But I think it's like every people or every person I meet that has had that experience of college sports, they say super special. That soccer people, tennis people, that is something that you're treated like a star at a very young age, and also you get like a college, like certificate tuition that is very expensive here, and it's something that it helps you for your life also after sports.
Yeah. I mean, it will be really nice if we were able to start to speak with the universities. It will be a really nice project, like try to bring the paddle here, like to the young people and everything. I think it's
going to happen.
Has to become, but I totally agree. At the end, the sport gives you like a feeling that it's difficult to get in any other thing. I totally get it. If you have the lucky, I think my father always told me it was the best memory of my life. It's 4 years, and also here they treat the sport people, as you say, like at a real
the heroes in class and all that, like.
So hopefully, and I think for sure. I don't know how soon or how late, but we will see like the paddle here in the universities.
That was I was going to ask you, which is also about learning and teaching, because Americans, they like to try things and they are super open, but also as they are in general competitive, they're going to be demanding. They're going to be willing to improve their skills. And I think it's going to be important how they are taught, because if they feel that they don't improve, there are so many things to do, like outdoors things to do, and there are so many activities like calling you to do things that they can get rid of this and be like next. So I think onboarding people is going to be important. What Jordan is going to do tomorrow with people that come from squash and all that, I think it's part also of like putting the seed, like getting people to get into paddle. So after all this, how do you feel about that? Like teaching someone that doesn't know what's paddle and how they get it, because I think it's very engaging, but at some point, if you don't have the right instructor, you is like, this is not for me.
Yeah, I was lucky to be 3 weeks ago. I went with Reserve we did an activation in Charleston in the WTA tournament. It was the first time that I went to a place like we put a paddle court and the people didn't know what was the sport, because I have been in Sweden, Switzerland, and some people don't know, but I don't have the feeling like it's a new for everyone.
Yeah.
And they had pickleball, and people was asking like, what is this? But it was really funny because people was trying, and when they were trying, they were like, this is my favorite new sport. It was a lot of people doing that. So yeah, I think it's very important that. Sorry.
No, don't worry. He has fans.
So I think it's very important, like the way that we will teach the people. But I think also Padel has a thing that's why it's becoming like really, really popular. That has this thing that even if you are not very good, you can have fun playing, and there is always something more to improve, like how to play after the glass, how to play in the corner, how to play with the fence. So that's why people are getting like, I want to play, I want to improve, because there is always one more step. So hopefully.
Yeah.
But we have a problem also with the coaches, because the padel has grown so quickly that there is not enough coaches or good coaches like in for the rest of the world, because now
totally now everybody wants to learn, so
now they're opening clubs in Bali, they're opening clubs in Japan, they're opening clubs here, so
there's not enough good teachers with a good methodology to teach, and that's something that we were talking with. The past 2 weeks I was doing an interview with Jorge Martinez from M3, with Seba Nerone and all that, like how to make things properly here since the beginning, because there's a big risk there. And what you're saying is important, like the demand is so big that we need like a methodology or a way to teach the teachers or to coach the coaches to make it right and not to make people have a bad experience.
No, that's for sure. I think all the people that, like M3, I know them obviously, but the coaches that are trying not only to teach the professional padel players, because at the end they are the best, but they are also creating programs for the people, for the new coaches to learn. It's very important, because as you say, like we need also like that the sport grows in a smart way or in the right way, because everything is happening so fast, and obviously it's going to be impossible to be at the brink like the sport is going, but all that people that is doing the right way of business, I would say, for the coaching, teaching, and everything, is really a key for the development of the sport, for sure.
Totally. I need to tell you something. You've been really nice with me now that you were talking about the double walls, because you didn't make me do the la vueltica padelera. Pero sufro mucho.
Yeah, I can feel it. You know,
how to onboard someone.
I'm seeing some people here, and I try to teach them, but sometimes they don't like to start with the corners, so I prefer like be chill at the beginning, just play some volleys, bandejas, and have fun. And then if you want to push it, I can push it a little. But at the beginning, I try like to be very careful.
Chill. Yes. No. Thank you, and hope to see you. I'm gonna come more now that I know you're here during the week. But I wish you the best of luck during the weekend, and I want you to be very successful in the US. We need more people like you, so welcome to the US.
Thank you very much.